This colossal collapse in Alton has made national headlines. A limestone mine caved in, leaving this gaping hole. And this evening, Chief Investigative Reporter Lauren Traeger spells out how this could happen and what protections you have if a mine collapses below your home.
What we're talking about here is mine subsidence. That's the technical term, but it's something a lot of people who live in the Metro East have already heard of. In fact, a lot of homeowners even have to get insurance for it. But what happened in Alton, experts tell me, is more rare because it occurred on an active limestone mine. Most mine subsidence issues in the Metro East involve abandoned coal mines. So we do want to give you a better idea of what happened here. And so to do that, we made some visuals for you. The mouth of this quarry in question here in Alton for New Frontier Materials is actually to the west of the park. But with underground mines like these, experts explain what happens is miners will carve out caverns, or what's called rooms, under the surface, the bedrock, leaving behind what are called pillars. Now, there are regulations about those pillars, how much they can support, height, weight, things like that. Experts tell me while it's all still under investigation, what likely happened in Alton is what's called a roof collapse. So think of it like the roof of your home. If it caves in, it could leave the pillars, or the walls, if you will, still standing. But in collapses like that, it can sometimes put additional pressure on the other pillars within the system. Robert Bauer with the Illinois State Geological Survey says a full-scale investigation will have to be done to know the full extent of what happened.
They could do an evaluation along with the mine to try to reassure the public, or to talk about risk to the public associated with those public lands. Because you have all the playgrounds, all the baseball diamonds there, and the golf course. So there's a lot of citizen activity there for that on that surface use.
As I mentioned, a limestone mine collapse is more rare, but abandoned coal mine subsidence, Bauer says, happens frequently, and there are tremendously more coal mines in the Metro East than limestone ones. Overall, there are really two types of subsidence. These illustrations are from the state of Illinois. One of those types is called a pit. That's what happened at the park. Experts say it can be a sudden or maybe a bit slow occurrence, but often those pits are smaller, 6 to 8 feet deep, maybe 2 to 40 feet across. The other type is what's called a sag subsidence. It's more common, appearing as that dip or sag in the land, and it can happen more gradually or slowly and can spread over an area of several acres. They often occur, Bauer says, because old mining practices are not the same as they are today.
Back in the old days, they took out a lot of coal and left a lot of small pillars. Those have resulted in mine subsidence events that continue to this day throughout the state.
Both, though, can be catastrophic in terms of property damage, possibly life-threatening. And again, that's why a lot of people do get subsidence insurance. With higher profile subsidence issues at grocery stores, schools, now this park, we did want to ask, should the public be concerned about mine subsidence? Is it a danger?
They're typically very stable.
You're saying it's still relatively rare overall?
It's been very rare.
Fatalities from mine subsidence have remained rare as well, with the risk less to innocent people and more for mine workers. That will likely, though, all be a part of the efforts in Alton now, safety key as they decide what to do moving forward. I'm Lauren Traeger, First Alert 4 Investigates.